Hey, how many of you have a notebook, a Google Doc, or a phone note full of business ideas? New course ideas, new podcast ideas, new lead magnets, new social media platforms to try, new business models. You have a lot of starting and very little finishing. The issue is not a lack of ideas. It is a lack of focus long enough to execute. Hey, I'm Carrie Beck with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale online businesses so they can find freedom in their life and do what they're called to do. You see, today we're going to talk about the too many ideas trap. Why do creative entrepreneurs struggle to finish? Ideas build possibilities and they are great, but execution builds business. And if you are struggling in executing and finishing a project, this episode is for you. Idea generation is actually a good strength. Entrepreneurs naturally, they notice opportunities, they connect the ideas and the dots, they see solutions that others miss. This is why many successful bloggers and creators succeed. But if you don't have structure, what happens? Ideas compete for attention, energy gets scattered all over the place, and projects stall halfway through because you don't make it to the finish line. And I know many of you are like this because I have watched you, I have coached you. We have been in mastermind or homeschool blogger university meetings. We don't get to the finish. Here's the creative brain problem. Creative people love to brainstorm. They love to start something. They love to design and create something. They imagine so many possibilities. Is that you? That's me. I actually love to create. Sometimes I have a hard time getting to that finish line. And sometimes I struggle with this as well. Do you struggle with finishing, with marketing, pulling the trigger and asking someone to buy it? Do you struggle with repeating tasks that sort of get boring after a while? Or staying focused on one thing long enough. If any of those are for you, stick with me. We're going to talk about some ideas that can help you. You see, Thomas Edison generated thousands of ideas before successful inventions. Did you know he had 1,000 patents? I didn't know that till I was doing a little research. What made him successful was not creativity. It was structured experimentation and focus. 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. That takes focus and that takes getting to the finish line. He said that. He says, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways to not make that light bulb. He reportedly tested thousands of materials before finding the right filament for that light bulb. He is an example that we can follow. He didn't try to invent 50 things at one time. He didn't try to create 50 things at one time. He focused deeply on one problem at a time till he solved it. If you have a thing like about finishing, getting to the finish line, or you failed several times, think about Thomas Edison. Maybe put Thomas Edison on a sticky note, 10,000 ways to not make a light bulb. And maybe that will encourage you as well. I want to talk to you for a second as we move on, because I think most entrepreneurs make one or two mistakes. They ignore all the ideas or they chase every idea. Neither one works well. Let's talk about the idea parking lot. And I do use this as well. You need to find one place that you will let all your ideas go. You might get an app on your phone, the Notes app, maybe a Trello board, Google Doc, maybe a physical notebook. For me, sometimes that's what's the best thing. And this is going to be your idea parking lot. Every time you get a new idea, you write it down there and you don't start it immediately. You write it down because you know it's not going to get lost. And you can come back to it maybe once a quarter, once a year, and see which ones are best for where you are right now. You have the confidence that the idea is not going to be lost, and you have the freedom to stay focused on whatever it is that you are working on right now. Professional creators often keep hundreds of future ideas, but they only work on one, maybe two at a time. And I've had to learn this. I used to do everything. I still have a tendency to do this. And I've had to go, Carrie, quit working on that. This is what we're focusing on this month. That's it. And I can write that idea down and I keep a list. I think, I know, here it is. This was my morning list right here. Things that came to mind about ideas that I needed. So how do you choose which of all these ideas deserve the focus? Well, let's talk about impact versus effort. Before starting anything new, you need to ask yourself two questions. One, will this idea grow my audience, build authority, or generate revenue? Two, effort. How long will it realistically take? Will it take weeks, months, years? I have an idea right now because I'm recording this right before Easter, a month before Easter. And so I know, and my Easter stuff's already created. I know that I could probably spend an hour on ads and another hour on emails and get my promotions done for the next few weeks and generate income, build authority as I'm the authority on a Christ-focused Easter. Those are things I can do. And I can grow my audience at the same time because I would throw ads there. And I've used this example. I won't belabor it too much, but Sarah Blakey, who made Spanx, she didn't focus on a gazillion ideas. She focused on one idea. It took her 2 years to develop that single product, and then she launched it. And she handled everything at first herself. Some of you, I can't hire an assistant. Here's a multi-million dollar, I think she was one of the first women billion-dollar companies, something like that. But she did everything herself, product design, prototypes, manufacturing calls, marketing, relationship building, all of it herself. But she was focusing on one idea. If you're floating from one idea to the next, stop it. So, lesson for us creators, this is me. Focus is going to multiply your results. Distraction, doing a bunch of things, multiplies a bunch of unfinished projects. Which one are you? What are you going to do this week? Are you going to focus on what? Are you going to be distracted and do one and another and another and another? So here's something that you could do today. Write down every business idea that you currently have pulling your attention, wherever you want, on your phone, Google Docs, piece of paper, Trello, whatever. Maybe a new course, new podcast, new platform, new lead magnet, new niche. Yeah, a new niche. Some of you, I've already heard some of you change your niche after a half a year or something. Then I want you to circle one idea that could generate income in the next 90 days. You got all these ideas. Which one of them are you 90% sure it will generate income? If you're not, then go do a validation call. That's a whole nother topic. And if I don't remember if I have a podcast on that, I will link it to this. Then commit to finishing that one project before you start another project. I know that's hard for some of you, but this single decision can create more momentum than 10 new ideas. All right. So we want to focus on one idea. You creators, you're not lacking ideas. You just need focus and finishing habits. So remember, ideas create possibilities. Focus creates progress, and finishing creates income. So some of you that aren't making any money, that may be where your problem is. You don't finish, or you start a bunch of lead magnets and you never tie them to a paid product. Whatever this idea is, it needs to generate income. It's not a new lead magnet. You might have those ideas. You need something that, and if you have lead magnet circle, you better know what paid product you already have or that you can create in a week that will generate income. It's all about making money. So your business probably doesn't need more ideas, more lead magnets, more strategies, and more platforms. It needs you to have an idea that is finished well. So I'm going to offer, if you've never gotten it, I have a business audit printable that you can go through, and I will link it here in the show notes so that you can grab that and start to look at the things you already have and then where you're going forward. The other thing that I'm going to give you is our business marketing roadmap. And that one really could help you. It's for a quarter, which is 90 days. So you could, once you decide on this, what to generate revenue, then you can take that and plan your next 90 days with this business marketing roadmap. So the audit shows you what you already have, what you might be able to use, and then the roadmap shows you how to move forward as well. So, what is the one idea that deserves your focus for the next 90 days? Start working on that and ignore everything else for a while. If you are watching this where you can make comments, would you please leave a comment and let me know what that one idea is? I'd love to hear from you. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I am Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.